Welcome to the Battle of Psychics. We sought individuals with supernatural abilities from hundreds willing to demonstrate their uniqueness. 9 best psychics were selected, and now only 4 remain. They have faced the most challenging tests, but the most exciting ones are yet to come. Today is the final battle. Who will compete for the top spot?
Roman is a hereditary Zaporozhye sorcerer, with his assistants being Slavic spirits and magical amulets. Tursuna Zakirova shaman from Tajikistan works with a ritual knife, on the blade of which she sees an event of the past and future. Tadirian, an Armenian clairvoyant, blows the phantom of a man looking for any information from him. Today, we will discover the names of the 3 finalists who will compete to win our battle. Psychics question a show business celebrity.
At what age did you lose virginity?
Do you experience
Orgasm,
sexual intimacy?
paranormal abilities against lie detector. Do you have a criminal record that this was related to money? I see you in the courtroom. This woman awaited her son's return from the army, only to find him in prison.
He mentions that if you are interested, he will show you a picture depicting how your son was killed with crutches and sticks, elderly individuals.
I know that I did not kill.
Could he be a serial killer, or is he actually innocent?
It will demonstrate this. I apologize, but I absolutely do not want his belongings.
The accusation of him was undeserved. This individual did not commit the act, was prosecuted for murder.
Could you tell you always know when you're being told the truth or a lie? Psychics assert that they can literally see through anyone, making it impossible to conceal anything from them. Now, we will test the possibility of deceiving clairvoyance. They will need to be a person about whom we possess substantial information, albeit incomplete.
In the world of show business, it is not customary to tell the truth about yourself because it is well thought out. Legend contributes to career growth, and an unnecessary biography detail, on the contrary, can ruin a whole life. We invited a person to our tests, every word of which cannot be perceived unambiguously.
Overall, I find myself to be quite impressive.
TV presenter Masha Malinovskaya has been in show business for a long time, so to determine when she is telling the truth, when she is lying, is almost impossible for an ordinary person. And for a psychic, can clairvoyants, using only their 6th sense, distinguish truth from fiction?
Hold on, what if he really is psychic?
So psychics will ask Masha 3 questions. At what age did you lose your virginity? If you have a criminal record, do you orgasm with each question? Masha will only respond yes or no, using her 6th sense. Psychics must determine exactly when Teledila lied or told the truth. Before the tests will pass psychics, we decided to check the readings of the machine on the lie detector for the TV presenter. This procedure is not new. In the Cosmopolitan program, it was already entangled with wires. These sensors detect the slightest changes in mood, which are reflected on the graph.
If a person lies, certain psychophysiological processes occur in the body. As a result, I see changes on the screen.
If the line is even, a person tells the truth as soon as differences appear, then the person is lying. So the testing is about to begin.
It's better to be cautious. Listen to the questions and answer.
Is it yes or no?
Do you consider yourself a liar?
No.
Do you enjoy physical pleasure?
I don't know what you're talking about.
During the last
Weeks, have you been sex?
Indeed, it appears we now proceed to address our primary concerns.
At what age will you experience
Virginity.
loss?
Answer. 17 years.
The schedule is smooth. Masha tells the truth.
I didn't have one at all until I graduated from school. I had the nickname Fly Moore, and I was a completely unpopular girl at school.
Do you have a criminal record?
Yes.
The picture on the screen does not change over time.
Do you have sexual intercourse with orgasm?
Yes.
Here, it seems that Masha blatantly fabricated the truth.
Is demonstrating that the reactions are at their peak, correlating with the issue. Other issues are generally related.
True. And now these 3 questions have to be answered to our psychic. Suddenly, a clairvoyant will not only be able to distinguish truth from lies, but we'll tell you why. What motivated Masha Malinovsky to join each of the 3 adventures? Again, Masha herself doesn't seem to believe in psychics.
I'm such a sexy woman that it's hard for to discuss.
Now, our genuine psychics will take the place of lie detectors. We shall observe whose testimony proves more accurate. Will individuals with psychic abilities prevail into the eyes of a TV star to discern something no mechanical device can reveal?
She orgasms with one particular person. The rest are pretending.
Not true.
You need to choose in this matter your partner.
Did inside.
All you have to do now is to buy for pregnancy.
Yes.
On Air 1 in Russia paranormal show Battle of Psychics. This program involves people who believe they have supernatural abilities. Today our psychics are fighting for the final battle, and as always, they work under the watchful eye of the TV cameras and in front of millions of viewers.
We are deceived every day at home, on the street, at work. Nothing can be done about it because we are ordinary people. Is it possible to deceive psychics? Can a psychic read the genuine thoughts of someone who has secrets to conceal? For this experiment, we invited TV presenter Masha Malinovsky. Psychics will pose intriguing questions too, ones that you wouldn't want to answer. Before that happened, we tested the machine for honesty on a lie detector.
At what age did you lose your virginity, if you don't mind me asking?
17 years.
Have you...
Criminal record.
Yes.
Regarding the criminal record, the unequivocal truth, during sexual intimacy, you experience an orgasm.
Yes.
You see, the camera is a peak reaction, which concerns the last question. Are you assessing the situation now? So you orgasm.
Not experiencing?
Well, in general, it's true.
Thus, the lie detector was unsuccessful. Now it is time for psychic evaluation. Each of them will ask the same 3 questions. Masha have the right to cunningly lie? The responsibility of clairvoyance to perceive the truth. The initial tests commences, particularly on Chadirians.
Here are 3 questions before you. You ask them to me in turn to immediately determine whether I'm telling the truth or lying.
Can I answer these questions for myself first?
Of course.
Well, just sit there, relax. At what age did you lose?
Virginity.
15 years.
Indeed, it is true that I possess 15 or 16.
This is actually untrue.
By the way, do you have...
Criminal record, yes.
Something has to do with money, as if some kind of fraud. I see you in the courtroom, you're right.
There was a court and there was a courtroom, and it was really about money.
Yes, but I don't view it as much of a criminal record. Perhaps it's something conditional.
Conventionally, it was, well, I was going to Milan. I was 17 years old. My ex-husband asked me to bring him money. I'm such a saint. I just threw this cutlet in my bag and went to the airport there, accordingly, without filling out any declaration. Through the green corridor where I am safely received, I say, "How come?" And he tells me, "You crossed the line, broke the law." And in general, that's how they slapped me.
Do you have experience with sexual intimacy?
Orgasm.
She experiences orgasm with one man specifically and fakes it with others.
That's not true, not really.
Overall, she tends to be a one-lover type, truly loving just one person. The rest she treats more like hobbies, loving them so effortlessly.
So, what about the grooms there?
Will.
Husband, when will it be?
So this is already a difficult question. Touch it.
You will definitely feel me and immediately grasp everything.
'89 refers to August and September of this year. You meet someone you really like. Yes, you will really like it at a glance. But the relationship will kind of start 34 months after acquaintance.
Come on.
If known predictions will get out, then only in September. And today she has been able to correctly answer only one question out of 3.
Good luck.
The upcoming test begins with A, Petrenko.
At what age? You lost
Virginity.
15 years old. I sincerely believe you told the truth. In fact, I actually deceived you. This incident occurred when I was merely 17 years old.
Do you have a criminal record?
Yes. I don't believe your conviction. I really have a criminal record.
Do you ever experience
Orgasm.
sexual intimacy?
Yes. You don't tell me the truth?
You are a very attractive and beautiful girl, but in this particular matter, you need to carefully choose a good partner.
Although Masha managed to deceive the gypsy twice, she could not resist the desire to fortune-telling.
We'll be getting married soon? I'll tell you, you'll get married this year, but that's most likely
Closer to autumn?
This marks the second psychic who has prophesied that Masha will have her long-awaited family happiness by this fall. Such predictions, please, because she is already 27. They are one of the former princes next to celebrity. It couldn't last very long.
To have me, you need to endure me. How much you love me?
well, just
Very strongly. But what will the only man among our psychics, the sorcerer Roman Fat, have to say about Malinovskaya's personal life? Roman?
You smile.
Yes.
Smile, otherwise I'm extremely nervous. Can you help with the nervousness, okay?
Let's start in order.
You have a beautiful eyes
Thank you.
and eye color, like costumes.
How old were you when you first lost your virginity?
15 years.
The guy with the dark hair seems to be around 3 years older.
In my personal opinion, the question seemed different to you, so let's get more specific about the question.
Well, purely by feeling. It's exactly as you mentioned, 15 years old.
This is actually untrue. I understand you. I am very, very pleased to communicate with you, but I think I will grow old a very long time during this time.
Do you have a criminal record?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Do you experience organs during sexual intercourse?
I'm very curious what you will answer.
Of course he does.
I truly enjoyed our interaction, but regrettably you didn't provide the right answers to any of the questions.
I understand that Maria is a fairly busy person, but she didn't give me time to open up.
Well, the enigmatic shaman Tursuna Zakirova is about to commence the ultimate test. 3 questions on sensitive topics.
What age? Experiencing a disconnection from reality.
15. Terrifying.
Not true.
Is that so? When exactly can you provide the time?
– 17 or 18 years old?
Overall, yes, you are precisely correct.
You possess a criminal history.
Yes, you...
Not correct.
In fact, yes, you...
During sexual intimacy, you experienced an orgasm.
Yes, you...
Answer no to this particular question.
The answer provided is indeed correct.
About a husband, specifically a man.
I really want to. I'm so interested.
All right. Well, I envision a career path in that direction.
Oh, so grand, and the grooms along with them.
She's engaged. A young guy will be so businesslike, shows the life companion. The family will be my good one.
We'll have children, you will see there.
Children.
Yes, indeed. What now? I need to take a pregnancy test. Well, what is it?
Yes, everything is fine. Yes, well, everything is fine.
Well, now Masha Malinovskaya can only wait for the psychic's predictions to come true. But our psychics are waiting for a decisive test for reaching the final.
In 2001, a series of brutal murders took place in the city of Ulan-Ude. 7 helpless old men. A year later, the killer was arrested.
For some, a murderer may be, but I know for sure I did not kill.
Who among our neighbors is aware, immediately declaring that this cannot be happening?
Desperate to prove her son's innocence, his mother turned to a psychic. Is it true that an innocent man received a life sentence in Russia's strictest prison and will never be free?
But this man himself is innocent. The investigation had no evidence as such, that is, he was framed.
He has his hands in blood, and believe me, none.
On the air of the Battle of Psychics, I am its host, Mikhail Porochenkov. At the end of this program, we will learn the names of the 3 finalists of our battle. Now we have only the strongest left, and they are ready for the final decisive test.
In the fall of 2002, a resident of Solikamsk Kibanova was preparing for a significant event from the army. Her son Maxim was here. However, he never returned from his duty station in Ulan-Ude. Instead, she discovered a complete stranger in her apartment.
My husband at my office on Saturday said on the phone that I definitely urgently come home. I was returning home. We had neighbors sit. Some of Maxim's letters, his things considered.
The shocked mother rushed to Ulan-Ude. It turned out that a few days earlier, son had been arrested without her knowledge. This was completely unexpected for him.
I arrived, learned his name was People, so we got into the car. What I heard in the car, he said, was hit by the boy.
A few months before the arrest of Maxim Ulan-Ude, terrible events began to occur.
A series of brutal murders took place in the city. The crime scene was the same. Unidentified Russian army soldiers called pensioners' apartments and asked for water. When the gullible opened the door, the criminals brutally beat him.
I traveled to Ulan-Ude to hire a lawyer, and I found one. To the military prosecutor's office of Investigator Belli, he said, well, when he said, I replied that this can't happen, that my son did this. And he responded, do you want me to show you photographs? How did he kill your son? Old people with crutches and sticks.
The most terrible thing for the mother was to find out that her son confessed. He himself showed how he went into apartments and killed old people. Now the guy claims he was forced to do it.
You haven't heard of this before? Sometimes they get their testimony. The side was the ribs were threatened. I was attached for 2 days. I couldn't stand it. I'm probably weak.
Maxim Tibanov was found guilty of 7 murders of defenseless pensioners.
Let them tell that I am a murderer, but I know that I did not kill. Because I know I have a grandmother, I have a great-grandmother, I have a grandfather. What if someone cold-hearted shows up and requests for water to my grandmother?
Lydia Borisovna is sure that in 2002, a terrible mistake occurred. Her son was framed by those who knew this guy in Solikamsk. Do you agree with your mother's opinion?
Who among our close neighbors knows? They immediately said, this can't happen, because if anyone will ask there. We had a lot of pensioners buy us bread on the way. Or purchase milk there, he will surely buy his friends who still walk with me. Say hello to.
Maxim will spend the rest of his life in special regime colonies here in his native Solikamsk. Confluence of circumstances. Mother and son are only a few miles apart.
Think about him returning home and knocking on doors. I open it. Mom, I'm at home. I'm saying, why didn't you call? We would meet you. I walked.
Lydia Borisovna walks this path every day. She passes a wall with barbed wire daily, aware of her son's shattered life nearby.
Of course, I have high hopes for psychics. That is, psychics will say that he is innocent. Of course, I won't stop at maybe with your help. Maybe with the help of some kind we can move on. To expedite the process and release it immediately.
a murderer or a victim of a miscarriage of justice? This is something our psychic needs to determine. We'll provide a photograph of a lock of hair and a sealed envelope containing Maxim's letter to his mother. Will the clairvoyant sense the prison's energy through these objects? Can they perceive the dreadful conditions this young man is enduring?
The question is very simple. Where Lydia's son is now, there's a photo, there's his hair, here's a letter, if that helps you.
Alive. All I see is a dark place.
Where's this dark place?
The apartments, they are separate.
What kind of is this?
Now here we go, a door there, here, this door, there's one, here he is, and I have other people here, I think 2 people.
Describe the place where it is located. What does she look like?
Who would like to draw? They are on the track. A striped bus.
With one lane, there are 2?
2 stripes with a white.
This is the bus that enters or leaves there.
The bus moves like this. It stops where 3 floors is on the ground floor. Doors made of iron. People are coming down. We'd go down there, the corridor is narrow, the doors holding him here.
Who's holding him? How did he get there?
Is someone just holding him? Indeed, he had what kind entangled with the law. I saw that he was guilty of something, so they followed him.
Let's ask straightforwardly, is he responsible for ending up there or not?
He's guilty.
Guilty.
The accusation against him being made.
Why was he accused?
This is a significant criminal case involving serious matters. I observed both the canvas bag and the gloves present. I noticed he kills. He started the fire and committed murder.
I didn't kill anyone.
He's wearing a glove alone.
Didn't have gloves there, say?
But this one, I see what I see. I say there were gloves.
He's wearing gloves.
He was wearing gloves. I know, listen to me. When the woman was killing, he didn't even close his eyes. He killed them. I just should have told you, huh?
Perhaps you should check hair.
The hair, it will definitely remain. That he killed them. Apologies, but naturally, I don't want to touch his belongings. Sorry if that's mean. You don't offend you?
Don't. I asked what I wanted, but I don't have faith like this. I don't want to believe in this. I simply have no desire to believe in negative things.
However, despite Mother's doubts, clairvoyant Tursuna Zakirova is absolutely certain that the man in the photo is a murderer who has committed many crimes. The shaman, knowing nothing about the criminal case of Maxim Tipanov, confirmed the court decision. Guilty.
She claims that he is guilty, but she can't explain too. She can't really explain where this happened. She couldn't determine at all where he is. It's just a dark building in an institution. What a dark building it is all around, and around some kind of car. She constantly has what kind of car?
It's on a bus, being transported somewhere, possibly.
We don't know how to properly interpret Tursu's words. But one thing is clear, she correctly determined that Lyudmila Borisovna's son is in captivity. And even indicated the location of the cells and the number of prisoners in the cell. A 3-story building with corridors and iron doors. However, she failed to identify one of the most terrible prisons in Russia. Colony, the White Swan, is specially designed for especially dangerous criminals. Here, the strictest regime, even for AWACS prisoners, are taken blindfolded. There were attempts to escape, but none of them in the entire history of the zone was successful.
If you want, I'll read it, then maybe he'll escape from here, you know? He's already... I'll take care of it, okay?
Perhaps the hope of the mother, the next psychic, especially since, unlike Tursuna, our second clairvoyant, Nona Kedirian, immediately realized that the lock of hair in the bag was cut from the child's head.
This from birth, yes. He didn't leave this year or last year. He traveled many years ago, packed his backpack, and left the apartment to explore the world. Have you hitchhiking, writing? He requests not to be searched for, he asks. To give him time that he needs to figure out that he is leaving is a conscious decision.
He's alive.
You are aware of that. Hearing that will cause pain. It seems to me that it's not...
I mean, this woman's son is indeed alive.
Ah.
He is now in prison.
This is a life sentence.
He is not healthy, and I wonder why the prison is going to the police department.
Nano.
I don't think I was wrong, because I tell you again, you don't know what will happen in a year or two.
You know, right?
Of course, the horse is my future in the sense that my future is my horse.
Following the unsuccessful trial of Armenian seer Non-Hirian, the trial of sorcerer Roman Fat begins. Can he provide an answer to our central question?
Where Lydia's son is now?
What a peculiar room. What is called a barracks-type room. That is, he's not alone there. Does it feel like? Painful energy is coming out.
He's in poor health.
I still can't fully understand.
And
information is constantly confused. I completely understand everything now. The information is well constructed. This individual was found guilty, meaning he's been imprisoned. This man on his own is without guilt.
What was he tried for?
If I'm not mistaken, this murder is serious enough, but the investigation didn't have any evidence.
He was framed.
If what Roman just said is true, then this means that Lyudmila Borisovna is right that her son was convicted unfairly. As the psychic said, there really was almost no evidence in this case. Only once in the apartment of one of the victims managed to find a note, which allegedly fell from the pocket of the criminal.
in order to discover who was responsible for this crime, they started piecing together information. From tall guys from Europe, they looked to compare.
They were asked to write that same note.
Maxim was arrested solely because his handwriting bore a resemblance to that of the note written by the alleged murderer. This is something I completely disapprove of.
I vehemently deny having authored this note. I strongly deny it, and I will maintain this stance until the very end.
Maxim Ivanov is confident of experiments in the apartments of murdered old people. The men in uniform did everything to gather evidence of his guilt.
He says, I went to an apartment where a murder was committed. He was asked to simply move the TV, and he says they immediately removed my fingerprints.
What activities am I engaged in? In a manner of speaking, I touch a glass of water with a lighter.
So is it true that the psychic Roman Fat saw the truth in this case? Maxim Kebanov was convicted of a murder he did not commit.
According to Maxim, he says he is innocent. Roman also said he was innocent.
He was convicted unfairly. The man did not commit this crime. He was wrongfully accused of murder.
Murder? Who can possibly explain it?
A murder of a person, in my opinion, a knife seems to have been the weapon. Some wounds were penetrating. He has now been given 15 years.
We will refrain from mentioning the duration, details, or specific conditions under which he was apprehended.
I think we're detained at home. Thank you very much. All the best.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Roman, who said in his own words that it is an open trauma.
But this is not...
Yes, he said it was a knife, but at the same time it was described as a sharp object that they were beaten with crutches and beaten with sticks.
Okay, please tell me. After all, there was a conclusion. It was one murder.
No, how many murders were conclusively proven to be 3?
So it wasn't just one person?
Roman also said that he was detained in the evening, and at 2 in the afternoon he was detained.
He mentioned that...
At home. But it could also be native elements, right?
Despite the fact that Roman Fat was wrong in many details, he correctly answered the main question. Maxim is now in prison. Moreover, unlike Tursuna Zakirova, psychic Roman Fat is confident that an innocent person is serving a life sentence. Our last psychic will be able to bring final clarity to this matter, Petrenko. However, first decided to investigate the woman sitting in front.
Just checking for sure. Don't be offended, not just psychopaths. The problems he has ahead. You know, wants to say the future here, I absolutely don't see him, but he is alive. The death card has passed, his whole life has been turned upside down. The star is the wheel of fortune. He has no family, he has no children. This does not fall into the future. He has absolutely arranged it himself. And he is now at the State House, you know?
At the State House?
Hospital. The army or prison. I'm in a hospital, had him in the army, and from here problems started. But in general, prison falls, and I see a longer term. And
You say that it all started with the army. Can you tell us something about the army?
first and foremost, he exerted substantial effort there. He claims the army functions well, yet not in his personal experience. Perhaps he possessed no regulation over himself. He operated independently.
In fact, Maxim Kibanov dispersed significantly from the areas he was assigned. It required a week to locate him. Lyudmila Borisovna frequently had to resume Maxim to her duties.
It immediately seemed strange to me that after 3 weeks of absence, you arrived and transferred it to the part of...
But then Lyudmila Borisovna was sure that her son violated the regime for a reason.
He kind of left and avoided the unit due to hazing incidents.
Hazing was often replaced by fights. They happened, but after 3 weeks, I just vanished. It was quite an experience.
Don't be offended, okay? I understand you are a mother, and no matter what kind of son he is your son. There was a murder, and murder is not for the sake of the money. But it was all for the money, for the interest.
Maybe I didn't catch it. He just did all this alone.
One drops out. One.
You might even know...
They were ordinary people. I was absolutely not rich.
I also wanted to inquire if age could be considered.
I were in senior
age. Yes. It's like reading a final verdict, you know?
I was guilty. He not just went to rob, not just robbed, but at the same time killed.
I can't explain my condition right now.
Well, do you have psychics?
Helped?
Or, on the contrary, they did too?
Well, I would really like to believe Roman Fat because he kind of mentioned everything positive.
No matter how bad he is, he's her son. She will always support him. He will always be innocent of her.
Explain that I'm a mother, which is understandable.
All right, well, best of luck and patience.
Thank you very much indeed.
This was the last test for today. Now the word is for the advice of the jury. In a few minutes, we will learn the names of the 3 finalists of the battle. 3 psychics will compete for victory and the title of the best.
My personal deep regret was incorrect.
Among these 4, Roma may not reach the final.
The weakest among the 4.
I open the black envelope half a step before the battle of psychics leaves. Now you and I need to make perhaps the most responsible decision. We have to name the 3 finalists. That means one of our clairvoyants will have to retire almost at the finish.
But since it's so serious, this is the final. The final must be, without questions, without conversations. Tursuna Zakirova was the only one who successfully passed the tests, in my view, were quite remarkable. She answered very difficult questions, very awkwardly. She was terribly embarrassed.
Well, what did she say?
Yes, no, I will repeat to you.
Everything recorded.
I can't repeat it. I'm already starting to blush. Well, what will mock me? There is no natural word.
I can imagine how embarrassed he was.
When Tursuna, it seems shy. We think this is embarrassment as such, but it is a problem with the language. But Tursuna, in all our tests, showed herself to be certainly strong and quite smooth-walking psychics. Unfortunately, to my personal great regret. Nonna was wrong about the individual in question. She did not perceive him accurately. Neither a murderer nor a prisoner, she declared him dead, and naturally such an error is quite enormous for a psychic.
I don't know, I believe that we have a psychic. I'm not so wrong yet. Yes, the last test is a very important test. Of course, but about Nona, I disagree with you. It seems to me that the final of these four may not enter. It's a fact, because despite the fact that sometimes it produces very accurate and quick results, but to an additional question, here's who I haven't heard an answer from. Well, it just seems that this is just a coincidence. The person is just lucky.
Roman fact would agree. Indeed, of the four tested, he was undoubtedly the weakest, as he couldn't answer a single question correctly. Despite being a decent person, he's not a true psychic.
From a formal standpoint, fact stated, man, prison, blood. She claimed that this man...
The deceased is the only person we have left who needs to discuss Aza Petrenko.
On what to serve a Vas, Azo copes excellently with tests and works professionally with cards.
She's not very well. Passed the test. But then she laid out the cards for me and told me fortune on the cards and really hit the spot. I insist that she should come in anyway.
This implies Aza attend the final. However, one among the four must have to abandon our project. Let us attempt to determine the destiny of one of our psychics using the most straightforward method of a closed vote. Let us commence with this week's finest. Well, I understand who will definitely not leave our project, but now the most difficult decision that still needs to be made.
It appears that this individual will not reach the final stage.
So the opinion is not unanimous, as I see, but it is accepted. Well, thank you very much, dear colleagues. And I hurry to the psychics who are already waiting for me at the appointed time, in the appointed place. We are gathered here today to find out which of you will make the final three of the battle, the psychics, and will fight for victory. Unfortunately, one of the four, literally one step before the finale, will have to leave our project. So, dear friends, now I'm going to open the white envelope and name the psychic who was the best this week. No one wants to name a person photos. There is an envelope.
No, I'm not in.
There was an attempt last time.
Indeed, however, one of the envelopes was found empty, so I depicted Curly and Black. It was...
The finest of the week, as determined by the jury and the finalists of the Battle of Psychics, is about to be announced.
I was more afraid.
Another envelope.
Well, it's clear that she has made it to the final three contestants and will continue striving for victory. But who will be eliminated? I mean, this is certainly a person who has ability, but that's the decision of the board of jury. It managed with such difficulty, with such discussions and disputes. Thus, I unseal the black envelope, the Battle of Psychics. Just a half step to the finish, and a half step until someone leaves. Hydron.
Actually, I knew my picture was there. It was obvious to me, to the remaining psychics. I want to wish good luck, happiness, health.
And I'm really sorry to see you go, but unfortunately the final test was a fatal mistake I made.
It was an error, I must admit. Indeed, I discussed him living. From him came cold, emptiness, sickness, and doom. I think perhaps he's deceased. Yes, well. Indeed, I realized my photo was there. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for all you've done.
The jury's decision doesn't concern me. They made their choice, leaving it up to their conscience. What's a shame? I failed the half of Russia that
cheered for me. And to our viewers, I want to say, the battle of psychics continues. Now there are only 3 finalists left, 3 contenders to win. Who will be the best psychic in the country? You, the audience, decide. Today we start voting. It will last exactly a week. Each of you can support any of the 3 finalists. Decide. Who will be the winner of... Tune in exactly a week later at 8 p.m. on TNT to follow the sequel.